So, hi, my name is Cujo. I was in town and then went and stopped and saw somebody that I love very much and probably spent around like 3 or 4 hours just talking with them. I'm just coming back fresh from doing that, so I'm pretty inspired to talk about this right now. But my huge takeaway from going and visiting them is how important your self-talk is. They'd spent the whole day kind of being lazy, which is totally fine because right now, as I'm filming this, it's on Christmas Eve. This video might be out a couple weeks afterwards, but I'm filming this on Christmas Eve, so I went to stop and see them. But they were like really beating themselves up for not having their stuff in order, and it being Christmas and them not having it together and this and that. And the language they used a lot of the time was like, I try this, I don't know this. Everything was pretty much like in relation to themselves was pretty negative. When I see her as a person, and she's a lot smarter than she thinks she is, and she's not as bad of a person that she thinks she is. I get very frustrated in talking with her because she refuses to see her worth, I think. Your self-talk is really going to determine where you end up in your life. So it's probably one of the most important things to develop. And if you don't do it consciously, it's going to develop on its own depending on the people you have around you. Say for instance, I'm surrounded by like really shitty, like loser human beings, honestly, that like steal from people and take advantage of people and call me worthless and just take for themselves all the time. Like, as a result, I'm going to end up start doing the same thing over and over. I'm going to end up stealing and like using people and calling people like terrible names. And on the other side, if I'm surrounded by really nice, thoughtful, giving people, as a result, I'm going to start being very thoughtful and giving and just react that way because that's how the group acts to survive. But yeah, her self-talk is like so bad because she's had like so many bad people in her life, and for me, it was just being there. I kept pointing it out to her, like, hey, like, look at how you're talking to yourself. Like, this isn't how I see it. This isn't how I see you. This isn't who you are. And I think it's really important to do that with people, really to not identify with their thoughts so heavily in who they are, regardless if it's good or bad. Like, things are always changing, and you're inherently full of worth as a human being because you were just human. Everyone on this planet Earth has worth regardless of the circumstance. So really, like, the best advice I could give to people listening to this is to just sit down and really look at what you consume on a day-to-day basis, whether it be like YouTube videos or podcasts or books or movies or stuff like that, because it's really shaping how you view the world, even if it may not seem like it. Each thing you're watching, especially if it's habitually like the same things, it's going to shape your view, your rose-tinted glasses of the planet, I guess. I mean, look at politics. People who are surrounded by politics constantly or just consume politics, it's all they can talk about. And if you're not in the politic spectrum, or at least I'm not really, I keep like a base level interest on politics, but it's only just to try to remain somewhat educated, somewhat. I don't really know too much about the politics beef, though. I think Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan is actually making a really good documentary on a concept like this, but people who get so involved into the politics like really identify with it, but then like they have this like view of the world that like has been fed down to them from like a government body, and then essentially they kind of just buy stuff that is from them or involved with politicians because it's almost kind of a way to make money from it, from what I understand. But it's because they constantly consume politics over and over, like it's almost part of their identity. Like for me, even I like to consume a lot of self-help. I like to work on myself, so it's almost a part of my identity. But looking at my own advice, like I have almost a detachment with it. Like, is this taking me to the type of person that I want to be, that I feel on the inside that I want to be? My answer for this right now is yes. You know, making stuff for other people and trying to help other people is really something that I want to be truly on the inside, regardless of what other people say. But yeah, her self-talk, I think she just consumes so much of like bad stuff, and like the people in her life just treat her like crap, so like she believes that she's crap, and she's really not. And I just got done giving her this spiel, so now I'm giving my microphone here the same spiel. But yeah, really pay attention to how you have your internal monologue and how you approach people, because the way you approach people is almost kind of the way you view yourself. And any way that you approach people is totally fine as long as it doesn't hurt them. It's just a matter of, is this how I want to approach people? And for her, she's so removed from who she wants to be compared to who she is, and she just can't seem to cross that gap because of like her negative thought loop, basically the way that she talks to herself. So yeah, that's my advice to her if she ends up watching this. Hopefully this will be like something that you can revisit. And for you who's watching this, just really pay attention to the stuff you're consuming, because it makes a big portion of what your life is, because it kind of instills like the thoughts that you have and the way you see yourself in your mind and the way you treat the world. It almost reflects the same back at you. Like say for example, you treat yourself like crap, you're gonna let like bullies essentially bully you nonstop. As to where if you really see yourself as valuable, you won't let people bully you. You'll remove yourself, or you'll stand up for yourself. And like I guess that's all I would really want for people, is I want people really to believe in themselves. If you have any kind of vision or any ideal self that makes you feel joy and happy, you should pursue that regardless of what other people say. And if people aren't going to support you on that path, then they don't need to be a part of your life. And this is also for the person watching this. If there's people who don't believe in you, if your family doesn't believe in you, your friends don't believe in you, people at your job, you try to talk about the stuff that you're really passionate about, and they say, oh, that's unreasonable, that's improbable, or there's no way you could do that. Don't listen to them, seriously. Like, anything in life is achievable as long as you put your mind to it. Yeah, regardless of them, I'm here to support you. The words you're hearing, I fully endorse whatever you're doing as long as it's not hurting other people and you're trying to contribute in some form to your surroundings and the people in your life. I think ultimately that's where fulfillment is going to come for most people. If you can integrate what you want and what other people want into some form, you're going to live a totally perfectly healthy, fine life. But yeah, this has been fresh on my mind. I just had that interaction, and it was really frustrating, honestly, to be like, just believe in yourself. I know it's toxic and dumb to like say that nonstop, but it's also toxic and dumb to be sitting there here like walloping and being sad. Like, it's only you who's feeling this way. So like, just do what you love and fuck other people, basically. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to make videos every Saturday. I also work on green screen videos. They just take a little bit. Maybe I'll leave like an annotation for the first one I made. It actually got received pretty well. It was a lot of fun to make, and I'm working on another one. It just takes me a while to do it, so I'm trying to do the commentary videos every Saturday and just keep pumping them out and pray to God that they're good, man. But yeah, every Saturday. Thank you for watching my video, and goodbye now.